Hello to all my dear students. I am Rohan sir from Mahdi English Medium School. I welcome you all to today's science class. So my dear students, I wish and I hope that you all will be fit and fine. You all will be taking care of yourselves, and you all might be also aware about how to be safe from this COVID-19 situation, to wear your masks and gloves and etc. Because it is very much necessary nowadays to take care of your health. Only then will we be able to meet again in our school. Only then again we can turn the tables, turn the situations. My dear students, in today's science class, I have brought the kind of revision objectives for you, which though I have not given you to write in your book, but you have to just learn it. You don't have to write it anywhere. So I am very clear that for today's class, whatever I am doing, you don't have to write it anywhere. You just need to follow few instructions. So in that few instructions, you all know what are we doing. We always, you repeat the questions and answers after me. That's it. But in today's lecture, the objectives which I have brought from the lesson have been never given to you. But you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to note it down. You just have to attend this class as you are sitting in the live class. And for suppose in front of you the teachers are there, so this time the TV screens and the mobile screens have replaced the teacher. That's it. But you have to behave as if teachers are there in front of you. Actually Rohan sir is there in front of you. That way you have to follow my instructions, and then you have to attend this science class of revision. So I hope you all will cooperate, because as I am not there to watch all of you, what you all are doing, what you all might be doing, but I have faith on you. I know that you are going to support us as well as you are going to cooperate, because eventually it is for your betterment. So let's see what are our today's objectives for today's class. So in today's lecture, the content will be learning extra objectives from lesson 2 and 3. So these objectives, like I said, you have been already provided 2 examples, 1 word answer, FB, TF, etc. But here in this class, I have made my own objectives. Yes, I have made my own objectives. Now there is nothing to worry about. The objectives which I have made is, these objectives will be from question and answers and from 2 example answers. So you all know, you all might have learned question answers. If you have not learned, at least you might have gone through the question answers once when you were noting down in your book. But in this lecture, I have just converted question answers and answer with 2 examples in the form of objectives. Though answering 2 example is not subjective, it is an objective. But in this lecture specially, I have brought MCQ and TF, which is made by me. So you will not find these MCQ and TF anywhere but here on your screens. Great stuff. So I hope that you will repeat after me. I will give you sufficient time to repeat, and also further I will explain you how it will be helpful to you. See, it is very clear that once if you will learn, for few of the students it is very hard to learn question answers, hard to remember the answers. As soon as they see question answers and 2 example answers, they are like, how will we be able to learn? We only know how to learn objectives. Some of them have that mindset. So for that mindset students, I have brought this. Also, this way the questions which I have made, I will also give you in the online test, next test of the science. So as you know that in the online test we are not asking you question answers. I don't know about the other subjects, but I am not asking you the question answers. So here I just convert the question answers into MCQ and TF form, so that still I can cover that much content in our test. So if you follow this lecture, then you will you don't have to face any kind of problem in the online science test. Okay, so why lesson 2 and 3? Because lesson 1 I already gave you the objective content made by me in the previous lecture, if you have watched it. Okay, lesson 2, multiple choice questions. So here I have made multiple choice questions from question answers and TF from 2 examples answers. So it is very much necessary for you to even learn question answers, because if you have learned the question answers, no matter in which way sir will ask you, you will be knowing the answer and it will be easier for you to answer. I already have highlighted the answers. I have brought the pictures for your interest. So you just need to repeat the correct question and answer as soon as I ask you to do so. So I hope that you all are ready for today's lecture. So let's get started. Okay, let me read it for you first, and when I ask you to repeat, only then you have to repeat after me. So the first question is the colors of traffic light. So here few combinations of colors are given for to make you confuse. Yes, but if you have learned the question answers properly, you should know that which is the correct combination. Sometimes if you are in a haste, if you are in a hurry, you want to just finish off the test, it happens that you don't check your test before you submit it. So you at that time you should make sure that you check your answers properly, otherwise you may be trapped into the incorrect option. So here the correct traffic lights. So if you can see in the photo, even this picture I have been showing you while since we are discussing the question answers and revisions and etc. So many a times I have shown you this picture for your, sometimes if what you see, you can remember the things what you see rather than what you learn. So this picture again and again I am showing for your knowledge. So red, yellow and green, these 3 lights are there. If you can see on your screen, that if you see this, if you remember this, you will only have to remember the lights, and then you can make the sentence even if it is answered in the form of question answers. So is it green, blue, yellow? Can you see the blue light here? No, I cannot see the blue light. So this is not the correct option. Again, if you see green, yellow, black, okay, green is there, yellow is there. Can you see black? No. This board is of black color, but the light we cannot see of black color anywhere. So this is also the wrong. And again you need to compare green, yellow, red. So green, yellow, red. Yes, this is the correct combination. So this way you need to verify correct with your mind. Obviously this picture will not be given in your exams, but if this picture is there in your brain, it is stored in your brain perfectly, then I am very sure you will not make the mistakes in exam. So now repeat the question after me, students. The colors of traffic light are, answer, green, yellow, red. Now repeat a second time, green, yellow, red. Great. Now I hope that you will never forget these 3 colors of traffic light. Let's move on to the next question, next MCQ. What does the red color stands for in the traffic light? If you can see, my students, here in the previous question, red color. So there are 3 colors. Then in this question it is being asked that what is the use of red color in the traffic light. So options are also given. Red color indicates to move. it indicates to run from there. No, it is not emergency exit. Then it indicates stop there. Yes. So C is the correct answer, to stop, because as soon as if you have traveled with your parents or any elder one, you might have seen that, you might have observed, I should say, that when the red color light is there, the signal stops the part of that lane, you can say the travelers of that lane where the red signal is on, they stop there till the green signal again strikes onto the board. So now repeat the question after me. What does the red color stands for in traffic lights? Answer: stop. Repeat the answer: stop. So now this is clear to you that the red color indicates to stop in the traffic lights, in the signal. Moving on to the next one. The immediate help given to the injured person is called. Now the options are: first bandage. No, I don't think so. I have never heard the word like this, first bandage. What is that? So emergency. So that case is noticed as emergency case, but it is not called, the help given to it is not called in emergency. Then the correct answer is first aid. Great. See, I have also put the picture over for you here for you, so that again you can recollect that first aid box which I have already shown you while we were discussing question answers in the I suppose before 2 to 3 lectures. Great stuff. Okay, so this is the first aid toolkit or first aid box, you can say. Now repeat the question and answer after me, my dear students. The immediate help given to the injured person is called, answer, first aid. Repeat the answer: first aid. Okay, so this is it. Now I hope that you will remember this answer, and I hope that you all have first aid kit at your home, so that in the case of emergency, God never brings that emergency even to our enemy, but this is just for safety purpose. You always keep kind of savings and safety. Even in the bank account you keep savings for emergency. So in emergency case you need this first aid, but emergency is not the answer. Okay, so let's move on to the next question, next MCQ. What should we use during crossroads? So while crossing the roads, what can we use? How can we cross the roads? Yes, I know that 90% of you now might be aware about the answer, might be knowing the answers, but still for the left out 10%, this revision is very much important, so that in any way if the question comes in the form of question answer, in the form of MCQ, in the form of TF, you should know the correct answer. That's it. You should not say that sir has not done this, because now you are in the 3rd standard, so you should expect the twisted questions anytime. Okay, so footpath, no. In footpath, if you can see in the photo, this is the footpath where my cursor is, correct, on the sides of the road, we can say, on the either sides. And lawn means it is there in the garden, it is there in a compound, it is not there on the roads, so obviously not that. So what is the answer? Zebra crossing. So this photo again I brought to recollect your memory that you have seen zebra crossing even in your town, in your cities, and also I have shown this picture, the same picture, during the question answers while explaining you the question answers. So this is what the people use to cross the roads, especially the drivers will come to know while they are driving in their in their own way. They always pay attention while the zebra crossing is there in front, in anywhere on the roads. They always be careful that they just first look that if the people are not crossing the road, only then they will accelerate their speed. So repeat the question after me. What should we use during crossroads or crossing the roads? Answer: zebra crossing. I hope students you are repeating after me. Repeat second time. Answer: zebra crossing. You call it zebra, that is okay. Moving on to the next one. Lesson number 2, true or false. Lesson number 2 MCQ is over. Now true or false, which I have made from 2 example answers. So here the first question is, you have to carefully understand and then can you say that that is true or false statement. The first statement is, knives are the soft objects that cannot cause injury. Do you think so, students? The knives is a plural of knife. Knife which mom uses to cut the vegetables and different eatables while she is working in the kitchen, correct? So it is kind of used for cooking in a kitchenware. So do you think that the knives are soft? If the knives will be soft, how can they cut the potatoes, cabbages, watermelon even? So the hard things we cut with the knife, correct? So they are not at all soft. This statement is false. Okay, so you need to write answer false, because the knives are not soft. And moreover, it can cause, means what? Here it is clearly written that cannot cause injury, that can cause injury. Even many a times you might have heard from the mother that while she was chopping the vegetables, cutting the vegetables, she got hurt with a knife. Okay, so this happens because the knives are sharp enough to cut even the fingers. So just be aware while you are using the knives. Okay, moving on. Green color light is one of the traffic lights. So is green color light included in the traffic lights? Yes, the statement is true, because green color light is one of the traffic lights. One of the traffic lights means there are 3 lights out of which green color is one. So statement is true. So if you remember that answer before that we discussed in the MCQ, green, yellow, red, there are the 3 colors in the traffic lights. Okay, so the statement is true. Yes, students, I am not asking you to repeat the true or false, because they are that is of no use. Explanation, that's it. Because if you if you are very much clear in your mind about true or false, in true or false you don't have to repeat, because you don't have to remember anything. You just need to judge that whether the statement is true or is it false. Okay, so there is no use of repeating that. Just what is useful is you need to understand the question, that's it. Okay, the third statement is, injection is also a part of first aid box. Injection? I don't think so. I have seen cotton, bandage, scissors, yes, but I have never seen injection in the first aid box. I don't know if it is there or not, but I am very sure that I have never seen the injection in first aid box. So the statement is false. Okay. If you can see, I have written in the bracket that cotton, scissors, bandage, creams, antiseptic creams, etc. we can find in the first aid box. That all stuff, but we cannot find injection, correct? Because not all know how to use that. So it is never used in the first aid box. Okay, so this statement is false. Now what is the next one? Yellow light in the traffic indicates wait or drive carefully. Yes, that is what the yellow light indicates. So the statement is obviously true statement. Okay, moving on to lesson number 3, first multiple choice questions. And here I have brought first question for you all. The question is, okay, now when I ask you, you have to repeat the question and the answers. First, let me explain it to you. The question is, we need clothes too. And then the statement is, half, you need to cover the half part. You need to just make the full sentence using the correct option. The first option here is cover vehicles. So we need clothes to cover vehicles like bike, car. They all are different, but here the clothes means different, right, which human beings wear. Here to cover food, no, it is not also correct. We don't need that. So basically we need clothes to cover our body, correct, to protect our body from heat, sunlight, severe sunlight. Otherwise sunlight is very much very much fruitful. And also we can protect our body from the flies, mosquitoes, and etc., because we are not animals. We can't be without clothes. We need to wear it to protect ourselves from the different germs and diseases which are caused by the flies, house flies, mosquitoes, and from the different kinds of mediators. Okay, so repeat the question after me, my dear students. We need clothes to answer cover our body. Repeat the answer second time. Cover our body. Okay, I hope that you don't have doubts so far. Moving on to the next MCQ. Which one from the following is natural fiber? So now the options are given to you. Which one is the natural fiber which is obtained naturally? So here the option is polyester, no. Nylon, no. These two are from the man-made. These two are man-made type of fiber. Then the remaining is cotton. So cotton, if you can see that I have brought a photo for you of cotton plant, how it is grown. So if you can see that get from the plant, so we get it from the plants, and that means the plants grow naturally. Obviously we pour the water, we provide the water and everything, but they are natural. The plants and the trees are natural. So cotton we can get from the natural source, it is a natural fiber. So repeat the question after me, students. Which one from the following is the natural fiber? Answer: cotton. Repeat the answer once more. Cotton. Okay, let's move on to the next one. What kind of clothes do we wear in the summer? So my dear students, here the question is asked that what kind of clothes do we wear in summer? Now first of all I would like to discuss you something related to this photo. If you can see, the sunlight indicates summer season, correct? Severe sunlight. Black color absorbs the heat, means it takes in the heat of sunlight, the heat of the hot weather. But whereas the white color reflects the heat. White color reflects the heat. If you can see that heat is coming inside and this black color absorbs it, whereas when it falls onto this white color, it reflects back outside. It does not allow to penetrate it. Yes, so if we wear light colors, not only white color, but this kind of practical thing happens also with the light colored clothes. So if you don't wear dark colors, and if you wear the light color clothes, it is good for you in the summer seasons. So dark color, no. Made from wool, no. My God, if you will wear the clothes made up of wool, how hot the clothes are which are made from the wool. So obviously not. Then the last option is light colored, which you already discussed looking onto the picture. Okay, so I hope that this much is very much clear to you. So now repeat the question after me. What kind of clothes do we wear in summer? Answer: light colored. Repeat a second time. Answer light colored. Great stuff. Let us move on. Wow, so beautiful picture, isn't it? This is not my house, don't worry students. Neither this is mine nor it is yours. This is just a picture to elaborate the question. Now how? Let me just read and explain it to you. Choose one essential feature of a good house. So how can you say that a house is good? Just because the house is big, you can say the big house is good house? No, it is not like that. Or is it that if there are less windows in the house, the dust will not enter in the house and the house will become good house, the house will remain good house? No. If the windows are less in the house, you will you will get suffocation. You will be suffocated. And it is also necessary to for the house to be airy. Proper amount of air and oxygen should be there. So less windows, no, that is not also the correct option. So the correct option here is clean and tidy. If you can see the floor, if you can see the wall, if you can see the sofa and everything in the picture, very clean and tidy, they have maintained the house. So that is one of the features. I would say one of the features. There are 3 features basically in your question answers, but here you have to choose any one correct option. Okay, so repeat after me. Choose one essential feature of good house. So the answer is clean and tidy. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. Now true or false of lesson number 3. Broom is useful in keeping our house clean. Is it so? I hope you all remember the photo of broom I showed you while discussing the question answers in the previous or last to last lecture. So I showed you broom and mop and everything which are useful for cleaning and keeping the house clean, correct? So this statement is true statement. So the answer will be true. See, I have written broom and mop because I showed you in the photo in the lecture. If you have not seen that lecture, if you have not watched it, I insist you to watch those lectures which you have missed, because that will link you to the current lectures. Moving on to the second statement. We get silk from the plants. No, we don't get silk from the plants. So statement is false. In fact, we get it from the animals. So I have written this correct answer just to explain you the answer. So if you have learned the 2 examples perfectly, you will be able to answer this true or false, because in 2 examples it is clearly given that what are the fibers we get from the animals, from naturally, from man-made, and etc. etc. Anyways, this statement is false statement. The third statement is we get cotton from plants. Is it true? So if you remember, my dear students, I showed you, let me show it to you again. We get cotton from the plants is the question. Is it true or false? Yes, it is true, because we get it from the plants, and here for that purpose I showed you the picture. So the statement is true. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so here we can say that statement 4, we need to read it first. Nylon is a man-made fiber. Yes, it is a man-made. So statement is true, obviously, so you are going to answer it true. Okay, so that was it for today's session, my dear students. I hope that you were repeating whenever I asked, and thank you for watching my video lecture. Thank you for cooperating, and also thanks for repeating after me the questions and the answers. I asked you to repeat it, and I know that you all are very much clever enough to follow my lectures. You all know how to follow my lectures. When I ask you to repeat, you have to repeat. When I ask you to listen, you have to listen. When I ask you to understand, you have to understand. And again, I should repeat that you don't have to write anything from this lecture. You just had to understand how we are going to twist the question if we need to ask question answers or any objectives in the form of MCQ and true or false. In the next lecture, I'll bring some few more objectives for you from the third and fourth lesson, and I hope that you are going to follow that too. Take care of yourselves. Stay home, stay safe. Goodbye.